Welcome to Richard Mabey Presents.
Opie, Opie, Opie. Say hello to your fans. That's a good boy. Say hello to your fans. Opie, 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 Opie. Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. It is Thursday, January 30th, 2025 at 12:48 in the afternoon, technically afternoon, 48 minutes past high noon. So, what a show got planned for today. Going through one of my blue boxes. I gotta get rid of stuff. I have to get rid of stuff. So anyway, I came across one of my old Hardy Boys books, and I used to, I love the Hardy Boys. I had quite a collection of them, and I don't know what became of them all, but I was so happy to find this Hardy Boys. I must have had about 20 Hardy Boys books, and I love the Hardy Boys. So it was around that time of like third, fourth, and kind of into fifth grade. But it was like after fifth grade, in sixth grade, I was more like into the science fiction books, and like monster, stories of like Frankenstein and Dracula and that kind. But third, fourth, and beginning of fifth grade, the middle of fifth grade. I love the Hardy Boys. I had about 20, 25 Hardy Boys books. So I was so happy. This is called The Shortwave Mystery, Franklin W. Dixon. And Franklin W. Dixon did not exist. It was a pen name of this lady. I have to get more information on that. But look at this. Look at this graphics here. Just beautiful, beautiful graphics here. I had some pictures in there. So here's the thing. I'm going to read this book. Probably the last time I read this book, I was probably like in fourth grade. 217 pages. Now, I'm pretty sure this was a gift from one of my older cousins. It's really old. It's, let me see. Copyright. I got to get glasses. Or a magnifying glass. Copyright 1945 by Grosset and Dunlap. But I love the what do you call it? The woodcut, the pencil drawings in the Hardy Boys books. They were always so great. Let me see if there's any more in the whole. They didn't have many in the book, in the course of a book, but let me see here. That's it. That's the only illustration in the whole book. I loved Hardy Boys. I loved Hardy Boys. But I have to confess, it was David Cassidy's brother and this other lad did Hardy Boys. I don't know, what was it like it was like late 70s or so. And I couldn't relate to it. It wasn't like my vision of the Hardy Boys. They were too cool. They were too hip. They were too, they had the long hair. And so I couldn't really relate to that vision of Hardy Boys, But this is copyright 1945. So let me see. 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 05, 15, 25. This book is 80 years old. This book is 80 years old. It's in pretty good condition. I don't know what it would be worth. I'll have to check that out. But there's all kinds of neat stuff tucked away in this book. And this is really precious to me. This was in the book. This is very delicate. This is an oak leaf of the big oak tree that was in the backyard of the old Mabey homestead. This is the last, I believe, the only leaf of the big oak tree in the backyard of the Mabey homestead. So I want to be, it's like, if someone said, I'll give you $1 million for this leaf, I would say no. Let me see, I got to get back in the, this is really delicate. I don't want to just, this leaf is so delicate. Okay, what else? Ooh, pictures, pictures, pictures. Every picture tells a story, don't it? Every picture tells a story, don't it? Okay, for 1,000 no prize Stanley points, name the album and who wrote that song, who sang that song, and the year that the album and the song came out. Okay, here is this is from year 2005, so this was 20 years ago. This was at my mom's 72nd birthday at the American Legion Hall in Wayne, New Jersey. And this is a picture of my sister and I there. Notice the U.S. flag in the background. The U.S. flag, not the American flag. There is no American flag. It was the old Eagle Board of Review question. How many stripes on the American flag? And my good buddy in Scouts, Donald Stone, he had taken the board just about a few months before I did. He tipped me off on that question. And the answer is there's no stripes because there is no American flag. It's the United States of America, the flag of the United States of America, the United States flag. So, yeah, but you basically, I started the Eagle Board of Review was, I walked in the door at precisely 7 o'clock, and I was here till 9:30. It was 2.5, and they drill you. And it was like 6 or 7 of these high commissioners. And I mean, they drilled you. This is back in 1969. And oh my goodness, you had to know that Boy Scout handbook forward and backward and upside down and right side up. This is a picture of the Morris Canal in Lincoln Park. Now my grandpa Mabey, Watson Mabey, he was the last engineer, the last chief engineer of Incline Plane 10 East. And Grandma Mabey had, I think, one of his last, or if not the last, voucher and paycheck from the Morris Canal. I mean, you just didn't have the paycheck, you had the voucher, the portion on top from the Morris Canal for, working the engineer at Incline Plane 10 East. Now, if you go on Google and put Watson Mabey, Morris Canal, they actually do have a little information about Grandpa working on the canal. But this is a picture of the Morris Canal. Dad took this picture around I think this is about 1995. So 05, 15, 20, 30 years ago. My dad took this picture 30 years ago. So that's neat. Here's a picture of the old Mabey homestead. Oh man, I'm gonna cry. My grandfather built, my great-grandfather, William Mabey, built this house in 1890. It's still standing, but it looks different today. And anyway, this right here, this room. This room here, this was my bedroom. And the interesting thing is, this was also the bedroom for my grandpa Mabey and his brother grew up in that was their bedroom when they were growing up. And then my grandfather had 3 sisters, and I think two of the sisters were in wait, I'm gonna get it all mixed up here. Two of the sisters were in this room, and then the room that was behind this bedroom, that was the home of my great grandparents, and then there was a bedroom behind this room, and that was the bedroom for my eldest great aunt. Little Lincoln Park history there. Let's see now. There's all kinds of neat little things here I found. I mean, really, I don't know why I saved this. I saved it for a marker, but I don't know. I found this. I must have like recently, like in the last 10, or when we were in Pennsylvania. I don't know. Why did I save that? I'm a pack rat. Oh, I tell you. Let me see here. Woo, Naples. They went out of business. They're in Leesburg. It was a wonderful pizzeria. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, you know, like New Jersey pizza. Naples, and they went out of business. I just discovered it. My sister and I just discovered it a couple of months ago that they went out of business. What else I got here? I got a whole bunch of neat stuff here. Let me see here. It's in, you know, ooh, one of my Andy Griffith cards. I got to do a show about my Andy Griffith cards. My good friend Mark R. gave me some Andy Griffith cards a while back, and I cherished them. But yeah, I had this one in the book. I guess I was, see, maybe I looked at this book. You know, I found like back in Pensy. Let me see. What do I got here now? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness gracious. My assistant scoutmaster, official assistant scoutmaster wallet card. Richard Mabey Jr., certified assistant scoutmaster, Troop 170, Lincoln Park, New Jersey, to the last day of November 1977. Boy, I cherish that. What a cool find is that? Look at, it was the bicentennial year, so that's probably worth something. Let me see if there's any more little stuff in here. Oh, I gotta be careful of this oak leaf. I don't want to. Yeah, I cherish that. That's it. Well, that was fun. I had been reading in 1993. I don't know. It was a cheap trick on DC's part. DC Comics, they killed Superman, and in the latter part or the middle of in the beginning of '93, they killed Superman in the beginning of the year 1993, and they brought him back in the middle of '93. Now this is I gotta get glasses. Okay, this is Superman, Reign of the Superman. June of 1993. I've been reading this. Well, I have read these two comic books the last couple nights, and this is The Adventures of Superman, which was a different. You know, it was like if you like say back in the day, say if Moe's Sweet Shop was still open, they would be selling Superman comics, and then simultaneously selling The Adventures of Superman. But this is from June of 93, and this is from June. Oh, they're both from June of 93. The rain. See, really cool covers. Now, what they did is, well, I think there were 4 Superman comic books. It was Superman, The Adventures of Superman, Action Comics starring Superman. And then there was another one. Superman, the Man of Steel. There were 4. So you could go into a deli, a drugstore, a sweet shop, and simultaneously they would have 4, or a comic book store. at the very same time, for the very same month, they would have 4 different Superman comic books. Now these were going for $1.95 back then. But really interesting story. They brought Superman back, and was the most convoluted, complex, confusing storyline I think ever in a comic book. They brought Superman back as 4 distinct individual beings, and then when they hit 1994, they just thinly. It was a very thin storyline that all 4 of these beings merged into the Superman that we knew and loved before 1993. So that's that. And I'm going to show some scalp patches. I love scalp patches. I got them in a bag here. Let me see what I got here. Ooh, the Theodore Roosevelt Council, Arizona, New Mexico, and the Hoover Dam, also known as Boulder Dam. Now, my Uncle Ed and Aunt Joy, they lived in just outside of Las Vegas. So one time we went out there, Mom, Dad, Patty, and I, to visit Aunt Joy and Uncle Ed. And of course, Dad had to go to the local council out there in outside of Las Vegas, and we each bought one of these patches. That's a nice patch. Let me see what else I got here. Let's see what else I got here. Ooh, Battle of I remember this well. Battle of Monmouth Trail. It was about 20 miles long down in Monmouth County, New Jersey. And they had these little, they had these plaques, and they must have had about, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 of these little plaques. And so as you're going along, you had a book. Each scout had probably about the size of this comic book here, and about 24 pages long. So they would ask you questions, and you could only get the answer. Well, I guess now you could get the answers on the internet, but back then, this is going back maybe say like 1980 or so. So it was like to make sure you really hiked the hike, because they would say, the big rock, to the left of the big oak tree, there's some kind of a memento of the battle. There'd be something there, So I really cherished that. That was well earned. I'd say it was a good 20 miles. Did it in one day. This North Star District, in 1985, they were beginning to change. In the Morris and Sussex counties council, they're changing so for a short time, Boonton District was known as North Star District, and then they went back to calling Boonton District. But I cherish that patch. I just got a few more here. Winnebago Scout Reservation. I think they closed it up. It was in northern New Jersey. I think they closed it up. It was really sad. I'm just going to do a couple more here. Let me see what I got here. Ooh, USS. We stayed right on the ship for like a week during the summer. USS Massachusetts overnight camping. Maybe it wasn't a week. Maybe it was like 4 days and 3 nights or something. But it was quite a while, and it was fun. This is going back to the late 70s, early 80s. We stayed on this ship 3 or 4 times. We brought the boys scouts on there. It was fun. In Fall River, Massachusetts, it was located. Let's just get 1 or 2 more here. I'm having fun. Quail Hill Scout Reservation, New Jersey Scout Camp. I'm not so sure. I think that one closed up too. What happened was, I don't know, Scouting was getting some bad press. And, well, I hope I find the 1980. If I find the 1982 Fall Camporee patch and the 1982 Klondike patch, I got on my glove box. I have taped, and I know I drive Patty crazy by taping stuff on the glove box, but I have the 1982 Cub Scout Gold Rush, and I have the 1982 Spring Camporee. So I've been looking for the 1982 Fall Camporee and the 1982 Klondike, and I have the whole set for 1982. But this is 1980. This was one of the big Camporees they had. Nice patch, really nice patch. All right, one more. Oh, this was fun. The Boonton District Gold Rush 1979. It had Pedro. It was a Pedro the Mule, and he was the mascot for Boy Scouts of America. And I actually met Pedro. I met him twice at the big, huge National Jamboree in Virginia, Fort A.P. Hill. They had it. Our Troop 170 went for a week in 1985 and 1989, and I actually met Pedro, and I actually fed him. You put a quarter in the machine and you crank it, and you get feed. Mule feed, and I held up my hand, and Pedro actually ate out of my hand. And then people, of course, these wise guy, some of these wise guy kids were going, well, it's just a mule. No, it's Pedro, because he had a blanket over him, and they had Pedro, a thin blanket, not a thick blanket, and it said Pedro the Mule, So, but the Boonton District Gold Rush, 1979. I love that. I love that yellow and blue. It's a nice patch. All right, one more patch. Just give me one more patch. This was when they were calling the Boonton District, the Eastern District, 1985 Diamond Jubilee Cub Scout Gold Rush. And that'll wrap it up. Well, my neighbors are outside. So, I was going to read the comics, but I got a lot done today. I feel good. I do need to say, I got these comic books, these two Superman comic books, 50 cents each at the last comic book show that Joe Peace had. I just went to it last Saturday. So you go on Comic Book Connection, and you can go on the website. Go on Google and put Comic Book Connection. It'll get you on there, and then you scroll down and all this kind of stuff. But you can press one of the buttons, and then put your email address in, and then Joe will send you like updates on what's going on, and definitely you'll get updates when the next comic book show is. So that's really worth doing. And boy, I'll tell you, I got some great deals. I mean, I got great deals. I mean, these just for kicks, put in Superman number 78, June 93, put that on eBay, and I got it 50 cents. No postage, no handling, no tricks. And this one I got The Adventures of Superman number 501, June of 93, and I got that 50 cents. So you're not, now they're getting $4 postage, $4 postage, in addition to what you pay for the comic book, $4. Now some of the vendors are getting on eBay and Macquarie. I'm not picking on eBay or Macquarie, but for the internet auctions, they're getting up to $5 to mail out one comic book. So 50 cents for $1, I got these two really great Superman comic books. So yeah, go on. And I have to say, I'm not getting any as Barney Fife would say, remuneration. I just think Joe, he puts on a great comic book show. There's good fellowship. Everybody's having a great time, and there's discussions. It's just a fun time. Friendly people. You just have a lot of fun. So I live in the Villages, so I gotta go. I mean, it's a good hour's ride out there on 42. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I look forward to the comic book shows. I have a blast. So I'm gonna close. So as Barney Fife would say, keep a good thought. I woke up this morning. I was so depressed. I was so depressed. I went from 767 subscribers to 766, and I had checked it at night before I went to sleep about 9 o'clock at night, and I still had 767. So somewhere in the course of the nighttime, someone deleted me as a subscriber, and I was really bummed out. So now I need 234 subscribers to start making money on YouTube. And I woke up, I said, no, I want my numbers to increase, not decrease. I was so bummed out. So please subscribe, comment, and like this video. So as always, thank you for watching. As Barney Fife would say, keep a good thought. And I'm going to sign off. As Roy Rogers used to sing to us, happy trails to you until we meet again. Bye for now.